Hi, this is Wendy with Next Level Board Games, and today we're going to unbox the expansion to Dune Imperium, which is The Rise of Ix. This is designed by Paul Denham and published by Direwolf Digital. So let's find out what's inside. You'll notice this is like the full-size box, so I think there's a decent amount of things in here. Okay, let's see. Okay, first we have instructions. Looks like, so same full size as the instruction, the rule book for the original. I have a feeling it's probably not going to be super complicated. It's probably just going to talk about the additional people. So I think there's some new pieces and new parts. So that's cool. Set this over here because I may need it. All right, first we have some new players. We have new leaders. So I think there's supposed to be 6. Oh, and then I love these, right? Our little how-tos. Oh, player aids. These are really great. Like the fact that they include those. And they're also, you'll notice, full size compared to your leader cards. Same size. So here are all the new leaders. Mix some of these up. So there are 6 new leader cards, which is very cool. I think the original had 6, I believe. So that kind of like doubles your leaders, which is really nice. And then on the back of them, also your summaries, right? So the nice thing about this is when you're playing, typically, if you don't, as long as you don't have 6 people, I don't think you can even play with 6 people, but however many people you have, you can take one of these and you can take another card that's not being used and you have a player aid on the back. So that's really nice. So those are those. I'm going to assume they're going to have, I see some new symbols that I don't recognize. So those are going to be things that are included and specific to the expansion. So that's kind of nice. So some new stuff. Cool. Then this is called the choam board, and this actually goes across the top of the original board. Let me see if I can grab that really fast to show you. So the original board looks like this. Hopefully that's mostly on the screen. And then, so you can see this matches color scheme. This is like where the Mentat goes. So this is just going to go right up here. It's just going to cover that and have different actions, I'm going to assume. These look the same. Let's compare. Well, that looks a little bit different. This is shrunk down a little bit. That's missing. But that, yeah, a couple of these are missing. So this is smaller, but this got bigger. So it'll be interesting to see how this works. And so this basically slid over and this got smaller. Interesting. Okay, so that's going to go up here. So that's how that works. Let's go back to what we got in here. Some additional bags. That's great. And our new players. All right, some new intrigue cards. These are super helpful when you're playing and you have to go to some of these places over here to be able to get these if you've ever played. And these are super helpful sometimes in combat, so people can have a bunch of intrigue cards and you think you maybe are going to win out here, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I've got, you know, let's see. I don't know if there'll be any of those in here, but all of a sudden I've got, here we go, here's a perfect example that could be used in combat. And actually this one could be used in either location. But they could say, oh, I actually have more than you think I have, so not only do I have my cards that I played for that, but also I've got 2 more swords, and now I just won combat. So that's kind of, these are kind of fun. I mean, they're always fun when you're the one that has them. They're less fun when someone else has them. Let's be honest. But I think there's like 17 new intrigue cards, so that's quite a few that can be used. Obviously, they're the same, and those fall in like several different categories. Obviously, some of them are used for combat. Some of them are called plot. Like a lot of these are things that you use at the end of the game, and then I think there's end game. There we go, end game. So there's 3 different kinds of those cards. And then there's 4 new conflict cards. So let's see, 2 for the first level, 1 for the second level, and 1 for the third level. So let's see. So when I was just talking about combat, you can kind of see those based on who wins first, second, and third place, although the last place never gets to win. So this is based on, like, if you had a 4-player game, somebody would get first, second, and third. If you have a 3-player game, someone's going to get first and second. The third place person isn't going to get anything, because that would mean somebody who basically did absolutely nothing here could still win something, and it doesn't work like that. So let's see here. What are these? Dreadnoughts, looks like. So those, I wonder if, I don't know if those are for everybody or if they must be for everybody, because there's all 4 colors. That's right, it's a 4-player game, not 6. we've never played with more than 3, so I couldn't remember. I'm not exactly sure what those are used for. But so it says they come in every color. So basically everybody's going to get 2 of these. That's obvious. No idea how they're going to be used, but everybody's going to get some. And then what else? Oh, another player disc. So these are just like the discs you use to track both here and where's the other place? I was thinking it's up here. I think it's up here when you get your additional, what's it called, to spend when you're buying cards. Can't think of the name of it. Oh, there we go. F. Persuasion. Okay. Okay. Persuasion. Okay. So, oh, whoa, where does this go? I have no idea where this goes. What is this? Okay. So this is like an additional piece. It looks like it goes up here. Very interesting. So there's a little added on piece too. Very cool. And then it looks like we have snooper tokens. They look like keys to me. Supposed to be 4 of these. And there are. So these are just kind of small little tokens. And then last but not least, let's see what are these? Tech tiles. Interesting. I wonder if these are going to go here maybe? They look like they fit there. That might be right. I'm not exactly sure how these work. I'm going to guess. You might not know what they are. Oh, look. There we go. So Captain Obvious says these probably go up here somehow. I would guess you probably don't get to know what they are because there's it's kind of like the entry cards where these sound like there's some cool benefits on these. And there's different numbers up here, so they might be for different levels, but very cool. Like, say again, here's end game stuff too. So those are somehow gonna, and let's say 1, 2, 3s. Oh my gosh, they go all the way up to 8s. It goes all the way up to an 8. So I'm not exactly sure how these work, but these seem like they could be kind of cool and add a lot to the game. I'm gonna guess they're tied into that extra board up there. So that's kind of cool. And then make sure there's nothing hidden underneath. Nope. It's always worth a look. You never know. You're going to get lucky and find something hidden underneath. It's always super fun. And then last but not least, some Imperium cards. So these are the cards that you buy with your persuasion points. I haven't played this game in a few months, I have to be honest. We love this game, but we just haven't played it in a little while. And I mainly was waiting for the expansion to come out. So gonna play it this weekend, I'll tell you that much. So here's a bunch of Imperium cards. All these ones. And these are the cards that are sort of like part of the store that you can buy at the end with each turn with each of your... Where's something that has the symbol? Here we go. With your persuasion points. So you have those on the cards that are in your deck. And they're worth a certain value, like say you had this card, and then like when you have your disc up here, you get extra 2 each turn, and different things allow you to, again, buy more cards. So those help you build a stronger hand. So this is a whole bunch more cards. I'm going to assume some of them probably have some of the new symbols. Like I think that symbol's new. I don't recognize that one. What else? Lots of combat. You see like all the different swords, lots of combat stuff. Definitely stuff with spice and the different factions and alliances. But I definitely don't recognize that symbol. So that's got to be something new. I don't know what that is. It reminds me of like an air hockey stick with a shield behind it. So I'm not sure exactly what that is. But we'll find out. And then what else? Oh yeah, and here's the little like almost like the little honeycomb. I think that's going to be the tech. I think that matches this. So this might be a super good card. Oh, and that's that board. Okay, so there's those. Anyway, all of these look brand new. So again, if you look at them, just like the original game, the artwork is very detailed, really cool artwork. In this game, it's just so much time would be, I think, spent on I can't even imagine trying to think of different things for every single card. And the artwork is just colorful and very detailed and specific, and also goes along with the movie and the theme like super well. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend. And then last but not least, these House of Hegel cards. So that's everything that's in the Rise of X expansion. There are 6 new leaders. Yeah, so basically double the leaders. That's really cool. A whole bunch of new Imperium cards, the House of Hegel, the tech extra board piece, the choam board, some tech cards. Don't know how these work yet. And then the Dreadnoughts. Also don't know how any of these pieces work, but like every player is going to get them, and also another tracker, so something else for players to be working towards to gain VP. And I would say that's probably one of the best things about this game is, well, I love everything about it, but even the theme, even though I wasn't necessarily a huge fan of this type of theme, but I did like the movie. I have to say that this game, there are so many ways you can go about getting victory points, and I love that about it. It is something that's very strategic, and there's just so many ways you can go about it, and I love that about different board games when, like, not everybody's just like, okay, I gotta do this, okay, then next this, then next that. Dune is not that kind of game. There's just so many different things you could be going after, and other people are doing other things as well. So I think this is going to bring even more different aspects that you could try to go after, and I like that a lot. So I'm excited to learn how to play. Thanks for watching Next Level Board Games.